Animal Well is the very first game to be published by Dunkee's brand new publisher, Big Mode. This alone gives it quite the standout reputation. But is that reputation enough for you to give it a try? Personally, I don't think that a majority of people will like it. Let's break it down together to find out whether or not it is something you might enjoy. Animal Well is both a very difficult platformer and a puzzle game. While this is already a slightly unconventional combination, there is also no combat. Not many players will have the patience for this unique Metroidvania mashup. Interestingly, it mechanically strays from traditional platformers while also retaining their core essence. Things like double jump or dash are replaced by bubbles and frisbees. Ultimately, they achieve the same result, but they require a different input. It forces you to relearn the basics while also giving you a fresh view into what a platformer really is. Character progression is a natural part of many games, but has the most impact in the Metroidvania genre. It allows you to reach previously inaccessible areas. This is still very much a Metroidvania, but strangely, you can't make yourself any stronger. Your character does not grow, nor develop any new skills throughout the course of the game. I think that this is the most defining aspect of Animal Well. You can't upgrade your little dirt blob whatsoever, which may be surprising when you factor in that this Metroidvania is also a platformer. While Animal Well certainly is a platformer, and a hard one at that, it doesn't rely on the common tropes of the genre. Double jumps, dashes, and wall climbing are all things we have come to expect as part of the standard progression model. But none of that exists here. The solo dev, Billy Basso, has taken a fresh look at what a platformer could have been if these abilities were not part of your character's kit. The only way you can expand your capabilities is by collecting items. I know that this alone isn't unique. Games like Silksong give you new abilities via your items, but those games give your character more input options. In this, you only have two inputs: jump from the ground or use your current item. At no point in the game will you ever expand on those inputs. This is the biggest difference between Animal Well and a majority of the other Metroidvania platformers out there. Instead of gaining a double jump, you get a bubble wand. This item blows a bubble which can be jumped off of to gain more height. Each item you find is unique and interacts with the world differently. This fundamentally changes the way the game is played. Even though it is just as much of a platformer as any other, its input limitations force you into a whole new way of thinking. Basic tasks become a challenge because they are so unnatural from what we are used to. It's pretty weird to think that there may have been a world in which this is how the standard platformer was designed. The items are the bread and butter of Animal Well. Learning how to make use of them will massively expand both your reach and your puzzle-solving capabilities. This is a Metroidvania that has replaced its combat with puzzles. It's quite strange to have a whole game without any form of combat whatsoever. Even Mario has you stomping on Goombas or throwing fireballs. There are still active enemies and threats, but there is no way to fight back. The only option you have is to escape. Similar to Shovel Knight, your view is split into static screens. Moving off of the edge of your screen shifts you and the camera to the next area. Most enemies are contained within the screen they are found. This means that you don't need to kill them, you only need to make it past them. Effectively, this changes them from killable enemies to invincible, moving traps. This is another way that this game stands out. Many of the puzzles involve some element of danger. They not only need to be figured out, but also executed skillfully and quickly. While I personally enjoyed it, I think that it falls in an awkward spot between two genres. Typically, puzzle games require more thought than reflex, while action games are the opposite. This means you not only need to think about the puzzles, but you also need the dexterity to pull it off. I definitely think that this is a game for people who love a good platforming challenge and a good puzzle. It has ended up in a very niche position, and I'm not sure how many people are going to enjoy this action puzzle middle ground. Aside from the intense time-gated puzzles, there are still plenty of regular head-scratchers. This world is jam-packed with secrets that will have you frequently going back and forth once you get new tools. The best part about it is that it isn't compulsory. All of the harder puzzles in the game are optional. There is a lot of post-game content. I didn't play much of it because I was satisfied with what the main story had to offer, but I always enjoy when games provide more for those dedicated players who just can't get enough. The cute and simple art style may lead you to think that this game is approachable, but it isn't. Animal Well is a hard game for experienced players. Because of its unusual approach to platforming, it can take some time to get the hang of it. Aside from that, it also does not make use of variable jump height. This is a very handy feature that almost all modern platformers use. It allows you to make small hops or large leaps depending on how long you hold the button for. Being unable to adjust the height of your jump means that you need to be extra precise with your movements. I consider myself to be pretty decent at platforming, and this definitely gave me a run for my money. The requirement of high precision movement, combined with a new style of item-based platforming, is both difficult and refreshing. It was fun learning a new approach to a classic genre, but it is not something that I think newer gamers would have fun doing. Many games have well-designed music or sound effects, but Animal Well moves it from an ambience creator to a core experience enhancer. Not all of the animals here are dangerous. Some of them can assist you by letting you climb on them or by standing on buttons. This is where the music and sound effects come into play. It keeps a slow, relaxing vibe for a majority of the time, but changes when there is something life-threatening in the room with you. The tone deepens, and the sound effects become a static blur. This does an excellent job of quickly highlighting when you are in imminent danger. Even though it's just a bird or a small sausage dog, there is a certain fear that rushes through you when you hear the music suddenly turn. Dying isn't a big deal because you just get sent back to the last spawn point. But somehow, the music is still able to scare you. Amazingly, this adds a lot of tension and stress to what otherwise could have been a sometimes boring puzzle game. Animal Well is just as well designed as it is stylized. It is a different kind of platformer that even experienced gamers will struggle with. If you are new to the genre, or if you prefer something that you don't have to think about too much, then I do not recommend this to you. If you are open to a very untraditional platformer and enjoy a good bit of puzzles, then I highly recommend Animal Well to you. If you have enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, my channel is right here. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next, and I'll see if I can make it happen. Thanks for watching.